Hi guys, dearyoongi here and welcome back to my channel. As you may know, Mnet are currently broadcasting the first season of Kingdom, in which 6 idol groups are competing for the crown. I have decided to create my very own Kingdom show based off the original, except with my own lineup. The 6 groups in my show will face the same 3 challenges the girls did on Queendom last year, and as the groups have been doing so far on Kingdom, when revealing each of the 6 groups competing, I will confirm their challenge 1 performance. The one they would do for their big opening number to showcase their abilities. Once everybody has been revealed, we'll discuss challenge 2 and who would cover who, plus which song. And finally, we will move on to challenge 3 in both parts. Part 1, where each group will send a vocalist to form 3 vocal units and a dancer to form 1 whole performance unit. Part 2, where the groups perform a fan favorite song. I'm not going to score these or any of the above, but I will be coming up with an overall winner for both the critics' choice overall, fans' choice overall, and then at last our winners and where everybody else placed. I hope this makes sense to everyone, but I will add a whole bunch of chapters to the video to make it clearer, so please check out those. Before we start, I just quickly want to address some things. This video is in no way aiming to send hate to any of the acts currently competing on Kingdom or diminish all their hard work there on the show, because they deserve to be there, and this is just for fun and all hypothetical. In this imaginary world, nobody is in the military and these groups are all still together and active, etc. I did not include BTS in this video. I'm just going to admit it now, so anybody expecting them to win everything can click away. I'm sorry, but I purposely didn't include them to offer the opportunity to other groups. As my username will show, I'm a huge BTS fan, so please don't get me wrong, but I personally felt they would have a bigger advantage than any other group competing due to their huge global success now, and I thought it would keep this interesting to focus on some other groups instead. I'm really sorry. Okay, now that we've gone through everything, we are in for a long video, so get comfy, get yourself some snacks, and let's get going. In no particular order, let's get to introducing our lineup. 1. EXO. This including Lay. By the way, I know they haven't been active as much in recent years as a full group, but in dearyoongi's Kingdom they are. I think due to their impact and success in Korea, it makes perfect sense for them to be here for their round 1 performance. This one actually took me a long time to decide, but I think they'd perform an even bigger version of Monster. Monster would be a really good way to showcase their talents early and show everyone they didn't come to play. Group 2. VIX. They have already claimed the crown of being the concept kings, so now they're here to compete for this one too, and I think their stages would be so entertaining to watch. OMG. Their round 1 performance, I think they would show everybody Shangri-La. When doing research for this video, I discovered that this song performed better in Korean digital sales than I thought, so I think it would be really nice for them to do a huge performance of such a beautiful song. Group 3. 17. I genuinely mean this when I say I feel that 17 are one of the most well-rounded boy groups in K-pop at the moment. They have it all and have every chance of being awarded the Kingdom crown too for their round 1 number. I reckon that they need to do hit. To show everybody their crazy choreography in episode 1. I know if I was competing against them, that would definitely do the trick in intimidating me. Group 4. SHINee. I mean, come on, I couldn't possibly create my own Kingdom without them. Whether you stand them or not, I think we can admit that SHINee are legends now in the K-pop industry, and I would love to see them do something like this for their first performance. I think they would do Sherlock. Because it's such a staple in their discography and would show any and everyone who thinks they aren't a threat that they still got it. Always have and always will. Group 5. Block B. I'm not sure if many people would agree, as I'm not sure how many BBCs are still out there, but I love Block B and think they would be worthy of a chance to compete on Kingdom, so I have put them on mine. I could imagine Zico arranging some really cool versions of their songs and others, and I think they've earned a place in my lineup for their first performance. I reckon they would do a mashup of both Nalina and Very Good. Because both are such great performance pieces which, like I mentioned, Zico could probably combine in a super cool way. And last but not least, Group 6. GOT7. When I think back over my time as a K-pop stan, GOT7 have always had a firm place in both my interests and the industry, despite the setbacks placed upon them by their very own company, and through it all have managed to remain successful through their own talents as individuals and a group. Therefore, I would like to have them compete in my kingdom for their first performance. I can picture them doing a mashup too, of If You Do and Hard Carry. Both would showcase how good the group's performance abilities are, while also showcasing their versatility. Round 2. This is the round where the groups will swap songs and perform each other's hits. This one is so exciting for me. The groups in my kingdom would swap in the following combinations. First, SHINee and VIXX would swap songs. For their SHINee song, VIXX would perform Lucifer. I think this would suit them really well, as they are no strangers to doing darker concepts throughout their career, and I feel like they really could pull off a cool even darker twist on Lucifer. I can practically picture Hakaien in the center kidding the chorus as we speak. And for their VIXX song, I need to see SHINee do a mashup of Era, which then goes into Fantasy. Oh my gosh, could you imagine how crazy good this would be? I think they would do such an amazing job of showcasing both their vocal and performance ability on this combo. Next swap. Now I know this is a weird one, but hear me out. Block B and EXO. Yes, I could have done SHINee and EXO and VIXX with Block B, but the first of these combos are label mates, and the latter is just predictable. I want to make this interesting. For their Block B song, I reckon EXO could do a slightly more upbeat version of Toy. So it would still showcase their great vocal abilities as Toy does, but they can also add more to the performance aspects for their talented dancers. And for the EXO song, Block B will do Don't Laugh Guys. But imagine how good a Block B cover of Wolf would be. If you saw my cringe songs I actually like video, then you'll know I'm a Wolf by EXO advocate anyways. But I'm serious when I say I think it would be such a smart move of Block B to put their fun Block B spin on a cover of Wolf. Nobody would expect it. It would be such a fun performance and showcase everything Block B represent while completing the competition challenge. This leaves us with our final pairing, GOT7 and 17. This one will be performance central. For their 17 song, GOT7 will perform Don't Wanna Cry. I think this would suit their style really well, and there's something for all of them to show off their dance, rap and vocal abilities. And for their GOT7 song, imagine 17 performing Never Ever. The original version so full on and crazy with 7 members. Imagine all 13 powerhouses of 17 performing this. I think it would be really fun to see. They'd have no issue with the choreo, so it would just be down to how they put their spin on it. Round 3. Part 1. This is where each group sends a vocalist to form a duo and a dancer to join a big performance unit. Please note that there were so many valid choices from each group for this, so please don't be upset. These are the ones I've chose, but I'd love to hear yours in the comments. For the vocal duos I chose, Duo 1, VIXX's Kin and GOT7's Young J. I think although they're both tenors, Kin and Young J's vocal styles are quite different, and it would be really interesting to see them work together and how well they could bounce off one another. Duo 2, EXO Baekhyun and SHINee's Onu. I know they are under the same label, but I feel their voices complement each other really well, and I actually see similarities in them, so I know for a fact this combo would be successful. Duo 3, 17 Sungkwan and Block B's Tail. OMG, could you imagine this performance? The high notes, the vocal strength. Honestly, it's the combination we deserve here. Now for the member each group would add to the performance unit. I won't go into detail on each individual member, but for this, I have considered a mixture of both dance ability and performance ability combined. Again, so many great choices here, but mine were EXO, Kai, Vix, N, 17, Hoshi, GOT7, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shiny, Taemin, Block B, B-Bomb. Round 3, Part 2. This is where each group will perform a fan favorite song. I tried to choose songs I thought made most sense here. Of course everybody's favorites though will differ. Block B, Her. This is the song that got me into them personally actually, and I always note this as being a staple in their discography. This song is so very Block B that it deserves a performance. EXO, I think this one has to be Growl. They can't be in Kingdom and not perform Growl when it was such a successful song for them and so well liked by fans. Plus I'd love to see this song make its return. GOT7, just right. There isn't a doubt in my mind that this is the right choice. This song is so iconic that most K-pop stans will probably know it, and it's so fun and sweet. I love it. 17. I think 17 should do very nice. They actually have multiple songs which could probably be classified as fan favorites, but this one is such a crowd pleaser. Shiny, I chose View for this one. Although it was a hard choice because I'd say a lot of their songs fans favor are the iconic ones I used above, and I wasn't going to make those men perform Ring Ding Dong in the year of 2021, I'm sorry. So I thought View was a nice, popular and fun substitute. And Vix, I chose Chained Up for this. Again, plenty of songs in their discography could have been put here, but I definitely remember this one being a fan favorite. I think this song just screams Vix and will be a song a lot of K-pop fans know, even if they don't stan. Before we move on to the winners for judges, fans and final vote, I actually want to shout out some groups I didn't include in this as honorable mentions. Honestly, the only reason these groups didn't make the final lineup is because I had to narrow it down to only 6. But of course there's so many groups who could have featured in this video. Other groups I considered are Infinite, Winner, Icon, and a newer entry, 80s, among so many others. I would love to know who you guys would include in your kingdom, so if you've made it this far into the video, please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, now let's do our 2 awards before ranking the placements. The winner of Critics' Choice I have awarded to EXO. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but the impact EXO had on the K-pop industry in Korea is huge. I think the critics will take this into consideration along with their abilities as a group to award them the most points here. Technically, their singers are extremely advanced. Their dancers aren't just doing choreographies, they are performers, and their rappers are actually talented idol rappers. Combine that with their ability to grow such a huge fan base and sell out stadiums. Critics will no doubt choose them to top this leaderboard. And the Fans' Choice Award winner is 17. I think as one of the newer groups in my kingdom, their current following is likely to be on the larger side than some other groups competing. That's not to say that some of the older groups have a smaller following, but maybe some of their fans who were following them years ago may no longer be into K-pop, if that makes sense. Whereas 17 are still making big moves in the industry right now, and their fan base is only growing day by day, which is lovely to see. I think carrots will work together to make sure 17 get the necessary points to trump this one. The time has finally come, guys, for the final. Time to order our groups from last to first place. Please note these are just my opinions, and I will try to give reasons for each of them. I would love for everybody I included to be winners, but to stick with the format of the show, I will order everybody. In 6th place, we have GOT7. Honestly, the only reason they are here is simply because the level of their competitors is so fierce, but a really solid effort from them. They definitely earned their place on my kingdom, and they and I GOT7s should be so proud. In 5th place, it's Block B. There isn't much separating 5th and 4th for me. It's definitely a close one. But Block B unfortunately just missed out on 4th place for similar reasons that got 7th placed last. The level of competition is insane. In 4th place, VIX. They sneak it just above Block B for the level and uniqueness of their performances and the stages they brought to the show, which kept fans gripped for weeks. Top 3 time. Coming in at 3rd place, EXO. Not to be sniffed at, EXO will proudly take home the bronze in the Critics' Choice Award, which they worked very hard for. Everybody knows they are K-pop legends worthy of their place in the Kingdom competition. Just missing out on the top spot in 2nd place is 17. For the youngest group in the competition, they were a very strong competitor and already kings in the K-pop industry. Their discography is solid, each one of their teams are solid, and they will also take home the Fans' Choice Award, so some will argue they are still winners. As I'm sure you may have already discovered, this means that the winners of dearyoongi's first ever Kingdom is SHINee. I'm hoping that even those of you who aren't fans of SHINee will completely understand why I made this decision. For years, many of your favorite idols will have actually referenced SHINee as the blueprint, the group they first listened to, or the idols who inspired them to become idols themselves. Everything about them screams king to me. The members' individual talents, but also cohesion as a group, their consistent performance and ability to adapt this along with their music over the years. After debuting so young, their longevity. SHINee are everything I think a Kingdom winning group should be, which is why they are mine and I officially award the finale crown to them. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. We officially completed our season of Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. I would really appreciate the feedback and a little thumbs up too if you did enjoy it. As always, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified when I upload, which I try to do as frequently as I can. I would really appreciate it. Thank you again for embarking on this huge video journey with me. It's defo taking me forever to edit, so I hope it was worth it. I will see you next time. Bye guys.